Okay, then we are live in what promises to be an exciting ODI. I know you guys are going to have a lot of comments. There's so much to talk about in what we've seen in the first 50 overs. Firstly, as I'd warned you, that 50 overs might seem like a bit of a drab. It'll carry on for very long. We've become so used to T20 cricket and Test cricket where there's sessions. This 50 over is going to be rather long. And I think they've overshot the time as well. Almost gone like 20 odd minutes over time. I don't know who's going to pay for that slow over rate, but yeah, this has been very, very slow. I'd love to see your comments. Send me your comments. I know the big talking points, and I'll try and answer all your questions and we'll try and discuss. I'll take your comments. I think the big talking points are going to be KL Rahul's captaincy. So let's hear your comments on KL Rahul's captaincy. What did you make of that? The bowling changer is not bowling Venkatesh Iyer. I know these are going to be the big talking points. I personally was very, very surprised. 297 runs is the target that South Africa have set India. Centuries by both Bavuma and Van der Dusen. Van der Dusen, I think, was the standout performer. You just let me know who you thought was a standout performer. I think Van der Dusen, 129 not out. Bavuma, you expect him to play anchor. And if you go back to the show, before we started this ODI, I told you that this is the role that Bavuma has. He tends to play the anchor, plays rather slowly, tends to build the inning. He needs someone to really, hit from the other side. Van der Dusen did that. And absolutely brilliant batting. The way he employed the sweep shot to spinners, especially Chehel, and then the way he even used reverse sweep. Outstanding batting by Van der Dusen and Bavuma. 204 run partnership that these two got. But this target, 297 run target that they have set, what do you guys make of it? Just to let you know, these sort of targets are not easily chased here in Paarl. Just giving you some stats. Highest target successfully chased at Paarl, 248. You can read there. That was by South Africa versus Sri Lanka. That came all the way back in 2001. So this is a low scoring ground. It's a small ground. You can hit a lot of boundaries, but it's a low scoring ground. So 297 is going to be very, very tough. South Africa have managed to chase 248 here. First innings average score at Paarl, only the last 6 ODIs that I'm seeing, 272 has been the average score. So the total that has come up is also higher than the average score we have got in Paarl. Last 6 ODIs I've taken. So, sometimes we take a look at the record in totality, but sometimes the conditions are so different. But because I've taken last 6 ODIs, conditions won't be that different. What does this tell you? That 270 odd or 80 odd is what teams get. So they have gone over the first inning average total. So in that regard, they are ahead. So I think it's going to be a tough total. Not to say India cannot chase that. We will discuss that. I'll love to read your comments as well. But it is tough. I thought first I'll give you some stats so you know where India stand at the moment, the kind of total that South Africa have set for India, how tough it's going to be. The highest successful chase at Paarl, as I mentioned, 248 by South Africa versus Sri Lanka in 2001. Average in the last 6 ODIs has been 272, but mostly team batting first has been winning. Chasing has become very tough because this is a pitch. Remember, it's a slowish pitch that helps spin bowlers. And as you bat, it gets more slow, more sluggish, and it becomes tougher to get runs. It's a day game. It's not a day and night game. So there is no chance of the pitch quickening up. It'll get slower and drier. And don't forget, this is summer in the southern hemisphere in South Africa at the moment. And it's really, really hot. Someone was telling me that on a very hot day, it even reaches 45 degrees. Not to say that it is 45 degrees today, but it does get very, very hot. Okay, so let me quickly take comments now. Divyam Goel, dumb captaincy from an Indian captain. His CVS captain from Punjab also, the way the team played with Punjab also, team used to lose from winning positions. He's talking about the IPL captaincy of KL Rahul, Divyam Goel. Divyam, that's a valid point. Ambar Chauhan, this is the issue with KL captaincy, not a proactive captain. Venkatesh Iyer, who is an all-rounder, still didn't give him even 1 over. Virat Shreyas talks of bowling in World Cup. Okay, so see, Okay, let's start with Venkatesh Iyer not bowling, and I think that was really surprising. You are playing Venkatesh Iyer as a sixth bowling option. Okay, when don't you use the sixth bowling option? If I can just give him the benefit of the doubt, if South Africa, they had a poor start, they lost three quick wickets early. If they continued to lose wickets and the five bowlers were doing the job, then I understand that you have not used the sixth bowler. That's understandable. Today that happened, no. There was a partnership building between Bavuma and Manderdusen. What do you do when a partnership is building? You try different options. When you tried your five bowlers, it's not working out. What do? You go to someone as your sixth bowling option to break that partnership. But what did he do? Did not go to the sixth bowler. Now, this is something that KL Rahul had mentioned before the match had started. A day before the match had started, he mentioned that we are going to use KL Venkatesh Iyer as a sixth bowling option. We want to see him. We want to try him. This one day series is not part of that super series as well, where you're going to get points which are going to be counted going forward. So for which is very important for South Africa. So not much to lose in that sense. So you can experiment. Why would you not have Venkatesh Iyer? I completely. I mean, it beats me. I would have wanted Venkatesh Iyer to have gotten some overs. Now remember, Venkatesh Iyer has been trying to prove that he can bowl a good 9-10 overs in the Vijay Hazare at home. He was bowling 8-9 overs every 50 over match. Why did you not give him? Very surprising. And most of your comments I can see, guys. Utkarsh Madan saying Venkatesh Iyer's bowling cannot understand. Someone is saying make Virat the captain again. Blunder. I mean, I would have bowled. Other things, as you're pointing out, Amit K also talks about his captaincy. That now we know how he's going to be a test captain, though different formats. But you're right. We'll get to know KL's captaincy. He could have done something different as well. I think he followed a fixed template. Just one template that this over. I'm going to start with Bumrah and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, 10 over 5 over spell. Then first change, I'm going to get this bowler. Ashwin will be the first spinner that I bring on. Chahal will be the second spinner that I bring on. Shardul will come in the middle, and that's how I'll keep dividing. And then towards the end, again, I'll go back to Bhuvaneshwar and Bumrah, and then Shardul. I mean, these very very fixed template. I think he followed that fixed template. He had to do something different. What is there? There is a 200-run partnership between Bauma and Van der Dusen. What do you do in a scenario like that? You try and break that partnership. This partnership has taken the game away for you. When they lost their three early wickets for 60 odd runs, they were three down. If you did not allow a big partnership to come, you would have been chasing 230, 240. Now you're chasing 297, almost 300. That's the difference. That is the big difference. Of course, the last over didn't help by Shardul Thakur. See, this again takes me to the selection as well. And this is where I think, that is why I was saying I would have played an extra batsman. Now, if you're not going to give Venkatesh Iyer an over, then who's a better batsman to play? A debutant, or would you want to play Sky? In a big total chase like this, now who would you want in your team? A debutant like Venkatesh Iyer, or would you want a Sky? See this, and that is why I was saying at the start that I would have preferred to have Sky. If you're going to use five bowlers, then maybe Surya Kumar Yadav would have been a better option. Today, if you had him in the batting lineup, you would have felt more secure. And what happens? Because you don't play Sky, and because you are not sure about Venkatesh Iyer's batting, that's why you're playing Shardul. You're playing Shardul ahead of a Deepak Chahar. You're playing Shardul ahead of a Siraj if he's 100% fit. Why are you doing that? Because you think Shardul gives you those when he runs with the bat. But then this is the problem. Then Shardul can be expensive. So the whole balance changes when you get Venkatesh Iyer in. But if you had him, then you had to bowl. And that's what I was, very, very surprised with. Let's see your comments as well. Yeah, I can see most people saying that, Shardul's death bowling. I agree with you, Arav. I mean, he's always expensive. You expect that. What was KL Rahul thinking? I don't know. Uh, Nobita Nobi, a regular watcher, says ODIs are boring, tests are better. I mean, personal choice. But even one days are exciting. What if you get to see an exciting chase? What if the chase master in Virat Kohli comes to the party? What do you do then? That's going to be interesting. So, it's going to be fun. Austin Dakuna says, Nikhil sir, what are Austin saying? First ODI 2018, South Africa bat and scored 270 plus with number 3 captain scored ton. India win that chasing Virat Kohli scores a century. So Virat has 26 hundreds while chasing 290 plus in ODI. So 71st coming. Austin is saying 71st is coming. He's given previous examples of ODI in 2018. And South Africa set a 270 plus target. India won and Virat got a century. He anyway gets a lot of centuries when the target is 290 plus. So that gives him time. I wouldn't be surprised if he has enough time to, build an innings and get that 100. He loves one day cricket. We all know that. Jairaj Rana also says Kohli will score the century. Darwin Fernandez says that KL's got to play a captain's inning like Bavuma. I agree. After the not so impressive time in the field, better play a captain's inning and make amends. But what did you guys make of Virat Kohli in the field? I thought he was there. I mean, he was suggesting also once in a while. I saw that in terms of what the team could have done, suggestions here and there. He was doing that. He was getting excited when India was picking up wickets also, but marginally less enthusiastic than before. But also because he's not a captain, so maybe we're reading too much into it. But yeah, somebody said KL's captaincy is Mazarat. Aman says Shamsi and Maharaj's over is important. Absolutely. You already saw it's a slow pitch, so spinners will come into play. Let's see how the Indian batsmen play. I think the South African batsmen played the spinners very, very smartly. Van der Tussen especially, trying to sweep, especially Chahal. He negated that. And remember how well Chahal started, the drift that he was getting, the turn he was getting. He started very, very well. Darshan Darji is saying, where is Rahul bhai? Arey, Rahul is gone to cover the Legends League. We'll try and get him going forward. But he's gone to cover the Legends League. So he'll try and get us a lot of interviews from there. Chahal and Bhuvi rusty. Yeah, Bhuvi also marginally rusty, but I thought Bhuvi bowled well. He could have got that wicket also. If you remember, that catch fell just slightly short of Rishabh Pant. But it's good to see him being fully fit, at least the way he was running in, the way he was bowling, and also in the field. If you remember, he saved a nice boundary that tells you a bit about Bhuvaneshwar's fitness. I think that were encouraging signs. So that's good. As an Indian fan, you'd be happy to see that. Chahal bowled well, Daman says. Absolutely. I think Chahal bowled very, very well. RGF also says 100 coming by Virat. I won't be surprised. Austin, you are going to the Big Bash. Glenn Maxwell, yeah, man, what batting. 150 runs in a 2020 match at a strike rate of 250. My God, when that guy gets going. And the game was at MCG, one of the biggest grounds in the world. There also, I think he smashed 460, some 24s he hit that knock. I saw a bit of it. He's a madman, Mad Max. Call him whatever, the Big Show, call him whatever, but he's crazy. But just looking at the conditions at Paarl, it'll be sluggish, and I think Virat can bat very well there. I think Bahuma's inning, even though it is good, he played that anchor's role. A strike rate of 76, not too impressive. I don't know what you guys make of it. On the same type, same conditions, same bowlers, Van der Dusen has scored at a strike rate of 134, almost double. So the difference is not marginal. It's not like 80 strike rate of Bahuma versus 90 strike rate or 100 strike rate. One was scoring at a strike rate of 134, the other at 76. I don't know. Maybe Bahuma's inning might help India because if India do end up chasing, maybe people might look at Bahuma's inning and think that maybe he could have taken some risks. See, also Miller is there. What are you going to do? Waste him? You might as well want him to come in and play a few more overs. Now I'm just looking at from South Africa's point of view. I think Bahuma was extra careful. That inning could cost them. I don't know if India end up chasing. It's not easy, as I mentioned. I was just showing you the average, total that teams have been scoring here at Paarl. So it is above that 270 on average total in the last 6 ODIs at Paarl. It's much higher than that, almost 20-30 runs higher than that. Most successful run chase also is around 240. So 50 runs, 60 runs more than that is very, very tough. Iyer to open, Nitish says KL at 4. Nahi hoga, boss. Nahi hoga. That is not going to happen. We already know what is going to happen. Ashwin bowled well, you're right. I think, but he had to make best use of these conditions. Ashwin's fielding is a bit hit and a miss. A few occasions there. I think he could have been a bit more quick, but that's something you expect out of Ashwin. Lavish Khatri says India will miss Sky today. I'm telling you, this is why I was saying that if you're not going to use Venkatesh Iyer as your sixth bowler, then you might as well have played Sky, but you're not playing. RGF says, thanks for reading my comments. Big fan and of the analysis. Thanks, RGF. Keep joining us. Nikhil Tiwari says, how do you see KL as a captain? Go back here. When we started the broadcast, the first bit, we started with that only. Not very impressive. I'll give him slightly benefit of the doubt that it's his first, ODI game. May get better. But initial signs not great. If you've played Venkatesh Iyer, why not using him as a sixth bowler? Especially, as I said, when that partnership is happening, which can now prove to be a match-winning partnership. You want to break that. Why? Why not the sixth bowler? Nahi khilana the sixth bowler, then you should have had a pure batsman in Sky. Also, rotation of bowlers. Partnership is going on. You're going by a fixed template. You'll have to think something out of the box. Nothing great, huh? So I hope people who are charging KL as test captain, I thought maybe, now you'll look at this match and maybe the match is coming forward and then decide. See, again, this is what we saw in IPL also. Wasn't outstanding as a captain. Aman has a prediction, says Dhawan will get out early. Acha, let's see. Aman, I'll remember that. Nomita Nobby is a big test cricket fan. I know, sir. But today we're talking about ODI. Could be a exciting ODI game. Never know. Nirmal has a very interesting point. If Dhawan plays till the entry of Maharaj and Shamsi, he will guide India to victory. I agree. A left-hander is very, very important. You've got one in Pant and you've got one in Shikhar Dhawan. So it becomes very important, especially for Shamsi and Maharaj. Sanskar, I agree. They couldn't capitalize. That's where I say the captaincy comes into play now. Couldn't capitalize on early wickets, India. That's where the captaincy comes into play. But, that's what was done is done. Shall we wrap up then? I'll see you then at the end of the match. India is going to come out to bat. I'll be very excited to see how Virat bats. He was. I did see him get excited every time the wicket was falling, part of the huddle, also giving some advice. But let's see how he plays as a batsman. Satvik Sharma has an interesting man of the match prediction. Ashwin can't be on his bowling man of the match unless he comes and gets you 50 odd runs towards the end and chases the target. Then I don't know. Thoughts on how Virat hugged Ashwin after his wicket and his words exchanged with Bauma. Aggression is not gone. I agree, Austin. That's what I'm saying. Aggression is not gone. Aggression is not gone from Virat. He is going to be that team man. And I saw him celebrate every wicket. And he was going there, even chipping in with some ideas I could see. So he was as excited. Obviously, he will not be as involved because obviously the role is different now. Captaincy role vis-a-vis his role now as one of a senior player. That also changes. But somebody is saying Virat's 100 loading in a losing cause. Nahi, boss, Nobita. If Virat 100 loads, then it's going to be in a winning cause. Study motto, Mark War, please reply. It's now visible how much important MS Dhoni was in 2018 along with Kuldeep Chahal. Yeah, that is true. MS Dhoni was important. I mean, you're stating the obvious. He was the best captain. Chahal and both Kuldeep have said in the past that it really helped having MS behind the stumps. But that's gone, yeah. Now you have to look forward. Virat also has now left the captaincy. Now it's, up to somebody else. But also remember when you're talking about KL's captaincy and all the thoughts coming in for KL's captaincy, remember your regular captain is still Rohit Sharma in white ball cricket. He's the smart captain that you have. So tension nahi lene ka. He is also there. Austin says Rishabh Pant will score 89 not out and score the winning shot as a one-handed single. I get your point. Obviously, Austin is talking about today's the anniversary, guys. If you don't remember, anniversary of the Gaba historic win last year, exactly 12 months ago on this date, India won the Gaba Test match, 89 not out to Rishabh Pant. So Austin is saying that's exactly history is going to repeat itself. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's a lucky day. think it can happen. Also, don't forget 297 sluggish pitch, yes, but South African bowling a bit inexperienced in that sense that Marco Jansen will have to do a lot of job. No Rabada, no Nokia. Lungi and Giri, we'll have to see how he goes. His test series was okay. We'll see how he goes in white ball. Hasn't been playing a lot of white ball cricket recently. So Pelekuayo comes into the one day team as he often does. So I don't think it's that impressive. Spinners are going to be important. But that's why somebody pointed out, Shikhar is going to be crucial, left-hander. Hmm. Vaibhav says Kohli doesn't advise anything in between innings. I'm sure he does. We don't know what he does in the dressing room. He was also advising on the field. I saw once or twice. Satvik says less enthusiasm in Virat comparatively. I agree, less, comparatively less. Yes, not completely down. He was still enthusiastic, but obviously, but as I said, the role has changed. He was captain, and then obviously he will be more involved. But yeah, little less comparatively. New Virat, you'll get to see, I guess. Hmm. Karan S says Rahul is a coach's captain. Very interesting comment. Hmm. Though we are assuming that. We are assuming that. We don't know. So give it some time. Let's see. Does the Rahul listen to the other Rahul who's sitting in the dressing room and just follows his advice? Maybe. Maybe not. I won't say no. It's quite possible. Interesting comment. But we don't know for 100%. We'll have to wait and watch. But remember, again, KL Rahul comes back. He's your regular captain. Huh? So just remember that. On that note, chalo, see you guys. I think I've taken all your comments. Lovely to chat with you guys. We'll wait for the Indian innings to start. As many of you are saying, 100 loading. Let's see whether that happens or not. But I'm really excited to be seeing a good total. It does give Virat that opportunity. It's a big enough total for him to take his time. Also, doesn't have to hurry into things. Take his time and then try and get that 100. So let's see how that pans out. Already told you that most successful total chase 248, first average score at Paarl in the last 6 ODIs 272. So on all of that count, this is a big enough total. But let's see how the innings pans out. Till then, I'll see you there. Come up with all your questions. We'll do the dugout at the end of the day's play, and then we'll see. I'm guessing we'll have plenty to talk about. I'll see you guys then. Keep watching Mark War. Subscribe if you haven't already.